Good evening. This is Wayne Albright, and I thought I'd get on this evening and discuss the weather that is coming up. It is December 14th. It is a very cold evening here in the eastern part of the United States, and the coldest day of the season so far, as expected, has arrived. The snowstorm earlier today, a little more snow than probably I anticipated a few days ago up in southeastern Pennsylvania and portions of Maryland, New Jersey, but the general idea was there of a 1 to 4 or 5 inch snowstorm and then up into New York City. So that pretty much occurred, and it has wound down and it cleared out this afternoon, and the winds picked up and the cold air arrived about on schedule. So, as we can see this evening across the area and the region, not a lot of weather going on. Cold front is offshore. There's still some moisture lingering near the coast, especially up in southeast New England, and some offshore precipitation with the cold air arriving over the warmer ocean waters. And we have our usual northwest flow, clouds and isolated to scattered snow showers in the mountains from New York State down toward northern West Virginia and east of Lake Erie and Ontario. Plenty of cold advisories issued by the National Weather Service well down into the panhandle of Florida, northern Florida, all the way out to coastal Louisiana and out in the Midwest. And so a very cold night, and many marine headlines are out, anywhere from gales to small craft advisories, depending on the location. So the winds are blowing, and it's quite cold outside. So everybody hopefully is bundled up and will stay warm tonight and during the day on Monday. We will go to see what is going on here. Let's go look at the conditions. As I said, it's cold. Great Lakes, Midwest, all the way well down into the southeast, and it's only going to get colder in the southeast, still in the 30s and into the 40s in North Florida, but it's going to get colder overnight. It's very dry. Dew points are at or below zero, and very dry and very cold, and the apparent temperatures are down below zero in portions of the Midwest up into the western lakes, even single digits down into northern Virginia and in the mountains of North Carolina down toward Nashville and Tennessee. So it's very cold out there. Strong high pressure is located over the Ohio Valley, and it will be building to the east very slowly over the next day or two. Gusty winds, as expected near the coast, and farther inland. Some of those winds will die off later tonight. There'll still be a bit of a breeze in the north and northern areas, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and along the coastal sections into Monday morning, maybe into early afternoon. But it's going to be cold, and it's very dry outside. On the radar, last vestiges of the snow is hanging on in southeast New England in Cape Cod. And like I said, there's some snow showers, it looks like, over the ocean, and a plethora of scattered isolated snow showers in the usual places on northwest flow, across the lakes into the mountains of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, or New York, portions in interior New England. So what do we expect over the next few days and into the weekend, and even I'll touch a little bit in the Christmas week? Not a lot has changed. We're in basically a uneventful period of weather here in mid-December, after it's been quite active in parts of the eastern part of the United States, and cold. We're going to be flipping the switch here overall. That doesn't mean that there won't be a few colder episodes, but overall the pattern is looking milder and drier overall. So we look at the weather map, and we start here with the American model. We'll just use the American model tonight since there's not much going on, and I'm not really going to compare models because of the weather pattern. But high pressure, it's pretty strong just south of Chicago, and it will be pushing to the east. Isobars are tight still across the eastern part of the United States into New England, so gusty winds into Monday morning, and then they gradually weaken and slacken off in the afternoon, midday and afternoon, as high pressure slides by across North Carolina and southern Virginia. And then the high sets up shop just to the south of the region and then slides offshore the middle of the week, and the winds become south-southwest, and milder weather will return. A large dome of milder air is building out in the plains. There's still vestiges of the colder air in eastern Canada, and that will take a run at New England and portions of the mid-Atlantic and lakes by late Friday and into the weekend. And out west, it's wet and unsettled, and it will remain that way as the Pacific jet really intensifies and drags system after system into that part of the country over the next week or so. So as we see here, this is Wednesday, dry still, milder. Little clipper type system brings some chillier air into New England. The rest of the area should remain mild, or the milder trend should continue. And by Thursday, the next cold front is approaching with low pressure heading toward the lakes and cold front sliding to the east across the Midwest. The mildest day will probably be Thursday, with temperatures up near 50 in the north, southern Pennsylvania, Maryland, and 60 or better in southern Virginia down into North Carolina, as it will be partly sunny with increasing clouds later in the day and into the evening. And then that front overnight reaches the interior sections with showers. This time it will be showers on Thursday for all areas. And the showers will progress to the coast on Friday and then exit in the afternoon. And some colder air will filter in the afternoon and into the nighttime hours as winds turn to the northwest, setting up a dry weekend. And for the area with high pressure returning, Saturday looks decent. It'll be seasonable with highs in the upper 30s to lower 40s in the north and 40s to low 50s in the south, southern Virginia. There's a warm advection takes place by late Saturday and into Sunday. May kick off some precipitation in New England, but all areas should be pretty well precipitation free into Sunday. And then Sunday late in the day, there might be some showers that approach from the northwest as a cold front settles into the area from the north-northwest. And we start Christmas week starting the trend over again, cooler and then milder as we head toward the middle of next week. And then another front will come through by Christmas. So as you can see, it's going to be a roller coaster ride over the next week to 10 days. And I'll fly through this again. You can see the high pressure, little cold front, a little bit better cold front by by Friday, and then another cold front by the end of the weekend, and then a third cold front sometime the middle of Christmas week. But no big storms coming to the mid-Atlantic region, and even into the northeast, it's not really a big storm coming. We can see from the temperature profile, this is just an example. This is Virginia Beach this week. Cold to start, gets milder by the end of the week, a little chillier or a little cooler, colder on Saturday, still seasonable. Then it gets milder again Sunday, comes back down, starts it all over again, and then it starts it all over again through Christmas week. So we have one attempt right there at a cold front. We have a second attempt, cold front. There's another one by Christmas, and then there's another one by the weekend before New Year's. So it's just a roller coaster that goes on, and this is partially caused that there is no real signal to anything out there to really change the pattern The MJO is stuck in the null phase, so it's not really contributing to anything. The teleconnections, the NAO is positive now, but it will be dipping a little negative as we head to the end of the month, while the PNA stays negative, and that usually means that at least New England and the Great Lakes can get clipped by some colder air, but it doesn't usually penetrate all that far south, the real cold air. So, like I said, it's going to be like a roller coaster, probably through the end of the month. There's real no signs of the MJO getting active and showing itself through the end of this month. So I would suspect there'll be a lot of zonal flow and not any really big storms, and temperature fluctuations up and down across the Mid-Atlantic region, from southern Pennsylvania down into North Carolina. So that's about it for tonight. I'm not going to go over a lot more stuff than that, other than to say, conclude here. We're going to start out very cold Monday. Wind chills in the single digits to teens. There are cold weather advisories out. I'm not used to that. That's something new. I never issued one of those, so not sure exactly what the criteria is for it. Well, I have to look it up. But it's going to be cold in the morning, and maybe some isolated snow showers in the mountains still on Monday, but otherwise it should be partly to mostly cloudy north and mostly sunny across central and southern Virginia, North Carolina, and highs only in the upper 20s north. I forgot that in my summary, and mid 30s in the south. So it's going to be a chilly day, coldest thus far this month, and then another cold night, but not quite feeling as cold. Monday night, generally clear in most places, teens to mid 20s at night. Tuesday, mostly sunny, not as cold as Monday. So we're going to take a step up in temperatures on Tuesday, and then a further step up on Wednesday as highs reach the mid 40s north and mid 50s in the south. So good start to this week. And as we head toward the end of the week, Thursday will be mildest day of this week outside of Sunday, but I'll get to that. But Thursday looks mild, 50 north, near 60 south. And I forgot another word, partly sunny here in the south. So, but generally mostly cloudy to partly sunny Thursday and a dry day. And then showers arrive inland probably after midnight Thursday night, continue into Friday morning, and then at the coast on Friday. And it will be a mild period Thursday night, and then still mild on the coastal plain and in the south. On Friday, the colder air comes in the afternoon, first north and west, and then later in the day south and east. And high pressure and dry seasonable weather Saturday, with highs around 40 in the north and 50 in the south, and mild again on Sunday with possible showers by afternoon and evening. And the Christmas week will have the continuation of the roller coaster weather and temperatures without any big storms, it looks like. So the travel conditions starting this weekend should be pretty good and last into Christmas week across the eastern part of the United States. And it may be outside of the west coast, especially the northwest and into the northern Rockies. It might be a pretty quiet travel season weather-wise across most of the United States. I'm looking at it again Monday to, there's really not much, no really big storms. New England gets a little unsettled at times, nothing out of the ordinary, maybe. And then there's some wet weather on the coast, out on the west coast, that might cause problems. But most of the country is not too bad, it looks like, at this point, heading into the holiday next week in Christmas week. So hopefully safe travels, and the weather will cooperate as we go forward. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add. Just stay warm. It's cold, and it's going to get better, at least I mean, in my mind, milder weather is nice. Some people love the cold weather. I'm just getting over, I don't know what. I've been like this for 4 or 5 days. I'm finally feeling better this evening. So I don't know what I've caught earlier this week, but I'm looking forward to the milder weather coming, and try to get outside and enjoy it a little bit. So I will sign off now, and everybody have a safe week, and I will talk to you next time.